Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins. I'm Trevor Hankins.
And you're on the air with Power Squared. May has been a tribute for Transformers' 40th anniversary, and we thought we would continue that with sort of a look back, a little more personal look at Transformers, because you guys are big fans.
Yes.
So tell us, how did you get introduced to the world of Transformers?
Well, when we were kids, we weren't too aware of Transformers for first few years of our existence. You could say. Then the first time we were vaguely aware of it was McDonald's had Beast Machines toys, and I think we just liked the idea of toys that transformed.
Right.
Yes. But then we consider our true introduction to Transformers the 2001 series, Robots in Disguise, known in Japan as car robots.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was okay. So that was 2001.
Yeah. Well, over here it was 2001.
Oh, when was it in Japan?
2000.
Okay, so we're a year behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they brought it over here as a stopgap between the Beast era and the Unicron trilogy. Yes.
Okay. So you have since moved in both directions. You've followed Transformers forward, and you've gone back and looked at stuff from before, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, what is your? So 2001 is your introduction. You have a favorite era of Transformers?
Well, that's kind of a two-part answer.
Sure.
For us, the best Transformers shows were Prime and Animated. Yes.
Okay.
Our favorite is still 2001.
Okay. Okay, but I know you've watched the original series.
Yeah, we have seen G1.
And I know you've seen the movie.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Yes. We've had guests on this show that were involved with G1, including Bob Budiansky, who sort of, I guess you could say, co-created G1 as a whole.
It all started with this comic.
That's right.
Yes.
Which Budiansky edited.
Yes.
And we got his autograph.
Yeah.
As for the cartoon, I think it's fair to say that since we didn't really have any nostalgia for G1, we're not the biggest fans of it.
Right.
Personally.
Yeah, because we had seen before that, when we were kids, we had seen the 1986 movie and a few random G1 episodes through DVDs.
Yeah.
Then when we actually sat down, re-released the whole thing as this big set. We sat down.
Which we have, but I didn't want to dig it out for this.
Anyways,
To the vault.
Trevor and I sat down and watched all of it. And it's a lot sillier than people...
Remember?
It's a lot sillier than 80s Transformers fans seem to remember.
I think we were in middle school when we sat down and watched the whole thing.
Yeah, but I think our opinion wouldn't have changed that much if we watched it again now.
I was just...
if it was silly in middle school, it's fine.
I was just placing when we did it.
Yeah, it would have been middle school. But, so we saw it more closer to a well-thought-out 22-minute toy commercial.
Right. Which is kind of what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then recently we saw this screening It was for celebrating 40th anniversary, and it was the first 4 episodes. But the first one was also a re-recording through a table read with with a number of voice actors, including Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, as well as other original voice
versions.
Yes, and some new ones. I wanted to shout out Dan Gilvezan, the original Bumblebee, was also in there. Again, watching it that way, I really liked watching the table read.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like seeing voice actors at work. But it was still kind of silly.
Yeah.
And kind of funny.
Well, the first episode, when they do the table read, is really captivating because they're interesting, and it was kind of cool to see them interacting. And then when it's not them doing the table read, it's like, oh yeah, this is...
Yes. Although I still laughed at the interactions between Megatron and Starscream. Well, G1 for me, it's like, even though we're not the biggest fans of the original cartoon, I still find like the behind the scenes stuff fascinating.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see those guys working together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really neat.
With G1 though, we do like the 1986 movie.
Yes.
Liked it so much. We have all these autographs.
Yes.
Yes.
So who are you missing besides Eric Idle? or some Wells, which you're not going to get.
And we can't get Leonard Nimoy.
That's true.
There are a few G1 voice actors who were on the movie.
Yeah. We at last TF Con we didn't get John Moschetta Jr. or Michael Bell, but they're there like every year, so next year I hope to.
Every year their price goes up another $5 probably. Because gas and everything.
In any case, there are still a few autographs. We ran out of room on the front, so we're going to have to ask people to sign the back.
No, what's the biggest
got
name
Bob
on there?
Budiansky on there.
Biggest name?
Yeah.
We managed to get Peter Cullen and... What's that? Yeah, that's... we managed to get Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Those are the big names. If
They're actually pretty chill.
we should hang around the farmer's market on Sundays. I think Eric Idle goes. Jump up.
No, don't.
We have his autograph on the Ruddles thing. But,
Right.
all right.
So whoever's listening, do not actually.
Oh no, we're not encouraging people to jump.
We like the 1986 movie enough that we have seen it multiple times on that Rhino DVD.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched I think we watched a Blu-ray version.
Yes.
We also watched it in the theater with original reels.
Yes.
And which is how we actually got a lot of those signatures.
Yeah, they had it was the Aero Theater, and they had like a talk afterwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they allowed signatures.
Yeah.
And we even saw it once through the original animatics, or original boards.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I meant. Because the last release of it, which is like a 4K transfer, also included the storyboards as a bonus feature.
So you don't really know the movie very well. Okay. All right. And so
You think I would, but you think I would know it line by line, but I
there's some guy named Megatron and something. All right. So
anyway,
what do you got
I
there?
also have multiple versions of the soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they different versions? Or is it
yes,
just-
actually.
All right.
This is the original release. Well, maybe not the original release, but
Final,
still.
but yeah.
Anyway, still the original version of the soundtrack.
Okay. Who signed it?
Stan Bush.
Yeah, Stan Bush.
This is the love theme from.
Sam Bush did The Touch and Dare. I believe one of those, at least one of those, was actually originally meant for a Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yeah, apparently The Touch was originally made for Cobra.
If I recall correctly.
That's pretty good.
And this is the score by Vince DiCola. Even got it signed by
Oh, there's the goal.
Vince
So,
DiCola.
if you're listening to this, we're holding things up.
Yeah.
So.
And this was something I happened to score at Amoeba, which was it's a version of this, but with bonus tracks that are repackaged stuff from this.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like a kind of a combo of the two, maybe, or not?
Yes and no.
Okay, it's just a different flavor.
Yeah, but it has some original content which justified that.
Yes.
Char and I have actually gone on and off with the idea of like if you put the tracks, all the music in the right order and time it right, you can make an audio version of the instrumental version of the movie.
So you're saying there's lots of music in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Transformers, I know there's movies and television and comic books, but the heart of it is the toys.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm surprised you guys don't have more toys.
Well, I do have more toys. I just didn't want to.
I know. We'd fill the room. Oh, so what do you got?
Be here all night.
So did you bring something?
Yeah. Because those McDonald's Beast Machines toys were the first ones we had at TFCon. I found like the actual Beast Machines toys.
Okay.
Yeah, the full size, fully functional
Wow. Okay.
original toys. Yes. So technically, it's motorcycle drone and tank drone, but they are these are the more screen accurate versions of the actual thrust and tank. Yeah, thrust and tank. Yeah, so they are thrust and tank. This,
So did you guys like Beast Wars? Wait, do you have it on video?
Yes, we have Beast Wars. This is the first season, but we have all three of the Rhino sets. Yeah. Yeah. I believe when Trevor and we were younger, we saw Beast Wars because when you're younger, you have the ability to manipulate time and space. So we saw like when we got a season, we just watched the whole thing at once.
Right.
We called that marathoning back then, but I guess you say binge.
Binge watching, yes.
Yeah.
That was
I guess you could say we binged the seasons. Yes. I remember.
We kind of watched it out of order.
Anyway, I remember liking it
okay.
for the most part. The animation is, you could say, crude by today's standards,
Right.
but the writing is pretty good.
Okay.
Yes.
So
You can tell it's a kind of prequel to G1 because
What
of
you were trying to say.
yeah, but you could tell they cared about the world.
okay. So I don't know the chronology.
Right.
So it's the 81 version and then it's Beast Wars, or is
Yes.
it okay? Then what comes?
Yeah. Okay. 80s cartoon, Beast Wars, and then you have Beast Machines, which
Wow.
we have signed here.
Of course.
We even got one week.
Oh, when we.
Yeah, he wrote on it.
I'm sure he did pretty much everything.
It's hard to be accurate pointing when it's like reversed.
But anyway, Beast Machines was known for being even more tightly serialized than other Transformers shows
Okay.
at the time. I I think we need to rewatch it at some point, but I remember thinking it was a good follow-up
Okay.
to Beast Wars.
So,
Yeah.
aren't they in Beast Wars Transformers?
Yeah.
What's the difference between Beast Wars and Beast Machines?
Well, in the Beast era, they turn into animals.
Okay.
And in Beast Machines, they turn into machines and animals.
Okay. So it's a dual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Beast Wars, it's the Max instead of the Autobots and Decepticons, it's the Maximals and the Predacons. And in Beast Machines, it's the Maximals and the Terrorcons. Right. No, Vehicons. Yeah, Vehicons.
Let's put one on now and just watch and make sure. No, okay.
Yeah, it's the Maximals and the Vehicons.
Okay. Did you like that better or less or?
I don't remember because of how long it's been.
Okay.
I just remember. I remember thinking the animation was an improvement. Yeah.
Okay.
The animation was better, and I think we were still invested in the story.
Okay.
It also put those toys into context.
Okay. So these are Beast.
These are our Beast machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are Vehicons.
Okay. So, what has there always been a television series going?
Pretty much.
Yes.
They kind of, sort of reboot the franchise every 5 years.
Well, and as I think we've had a guest on the show that talked about the fact that it's been around for 40 years is really successful in television animation terms.
Yeah.
Except for, like, let's say The Simpsons, but
Yeah.
let's not talk about them. Let's talk about good things.
So anyway, then after the Beast era was 2001, which is really good, and I don't understand.
Have the whole thing. This is just part of it.
Yeah, it's really good. You should watch it if you can.
That's from Britain, right?
Yeah, we had there was no region 1 set, so we had to import UK DVDs. Yeah,
And we have a player, so you can watch it.
We also got Neil Kaplan.
Yes.
This is Optimus Prime.
Do we have any reason why that wasn't released here?
Probably something Saban and Disney. Yeah, some legal red tape.
Was Saban involved with it by that
Yes.
point? Okay.
They were involved with the dubbing.
Yes.
And Disney had something to do with the... What did they do?
Disney bought Saban.
That's right.
They bought Saban.
Yeah, Disney bought Saban.
Saban eventually... I think they're back to being a separate
Yeah,
entity,
they're
but
company.
Disney still owns some.
Saban properties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, as far as anyone knows, still includes...
Okay. So there's a we don't know who owns it, so it's not released here in Britain. They don't care, so they put it out.
There's been some different deal over there.
And it could be different rights owners
Yeah.
and things like that. And so I know we had to order those. I want to say through Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes were they used? I think too. It was really hard to find new ones sometimes.
Yeah. But I really like 2001, or we really like 2001. It has really unique ideas and takes on characters.
Okay.
Like has a very unique take on Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus's relationship.
Okay.
And
They can combine into a super robot.
yes, and we backed the HasLab for Omega Prime.
Right.
That's how much we like it.
We also, even though we went back and bought every
Yeah, we have the entire toy line as far as characters that were actually in the show.
Okay.
they've been in the Legacy toy line. They've also they started making new toys for 2001. So I've been buying this Scourge and Toe line.
Okay. So, what is so different between the 2001 and the 1981?
2001 just reinvented the wheel and did its own thing.
Okay, so they're not, but aren't they from Cybertron? And there was
Yes.
a war.
The basic concepts are the same. It's just
the premise is the same. As
and it was completely disconnected from. Unlike the Beast era, was completely disconnected from whatever came before.
Okay.
And in 2001, it was also the Autobots versus the Predacons.
Okay.
Yes. And the Decepticons in 2001 were an offshoot of the Predacons.
Right.
Yeah.
So the 2001,
Yes.
and after that,
Was the Unicron trilogy.
okay, and this is a TV show.
Yes. Well,
3 shows.
yeah. So 2001 was an anime.
Uh-huh.
These are also anime. Just CG. Well, 2 of them are CG animated.
Okay.
This is also anime based on the original cartoon, but I haven't really watched them yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have the Unicron trilogy.
Okay. Which consists of.
Armada, Energon, and Cybertron.
Okay.
These once again kind of do their kind of start over. So this is continuing the trend of that continues today, where it's like sort of hard rebooting.
Okay.
But again, same basic concepts. However, in Armada, they are also going after they're also trying to look for the mini cons. What's the thing with Energon?
Combination
Yes, and then Cybertron.
is the it's like Cybertron is like cyber key power.
The cyber keys.
Okay. Do they go back to Cybertron?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In
Okay.
fact, in Cybertron, the planet, transforms into Primus, who is the sort of the creator god of the Transformers.
Okay.
And then the reason it's called the Unicron trilogy is because in all 3 series, Unicron, who is you could consider the destroyer god of the Transformers universe, who was first introduced in the 1986 movie.
Voiced by Orson Welles.
Yes, is present, has a presence here as a major antagonistic force.
Now, as I recall, I'm not sure where this fits in, so pardon me, but one Christmas we got a Cybertron. I mean, excuse me, what's the
Unicron.
Unicron.
Yeah,
And it didn't quite connect or something, as I recall.
yeah, that's a common issue.
Is that the rings?
Yeah.
So
It otherwise worked just fine.
I guess we could give a quick review based on memory. We actually rewatched this not too long ago,
Yes.
and what do we think? The animation quality is sort of all over the place,
Uh-huh.
but it was better than we remembered. Yeah,
Okay.
especially in the second half. Yeah, it does get better in the second half.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where it's like, well, you still gotta watch the first half because otherwise you're not gonna care about the characters as much when they get into real danger.
All right.
Energon has a reputation of being one of the worst Transformers shows ever made.
Yes.
Because they do their entire plot in the first half, and then we still have to fill out a second half. So they just do the plot again. But then we still have more episodes to fill. So we're just going to do some random stuff until it ends.
Okay.
And then it's also like the CG animation is also just
Garbage.
yes, and there were other problems.
The CG is crap.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Not gonna lie. We just still plan to rewatch this at some point just so we can say for sure we saw the whole thing.
Right.
Yes.
And then Cybertron is better than Energon.
In like every way.
Okay.
Like better CG from what I remember, stronger writing, actually using their alt modes at the right times.
So is
This, I remember this being fine.
Yeah.
Are these made by the same people, or are these 3 different groups, or do you know?
I don't remember.
That's you know.
I don't know off the top of my head.
This isn't a quiz show, so
anyway, Cybertron, I remember being invested enough to want to get the toys.
Okay. And do we have any of those toys?
Not right here.
Okay.
Not right here, but they actually made a new version of Starscream from this show.
Uh-huh.
So we have the original toy, but it is actually a more playable size and not like someone put it. I saw someone put it like the size of a toddler. Yeah, the original one's the size of a toddler. And he actually comes with a cyber key, so that sold me more on it. However, with this, we actually got all 4 of the toys that had the Cyber Planet keys, which are gold colored. And then we could be more screen accurate when you put all of them on the thing that Primus comes with.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Wow. Not quite a thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, wow, that's a lot, and I guess it stopped there. No, I'm kidding, of course. So, where did it go from there?
Okay, it sort of went in 2 directions.
Yeah.
We can just keep talking about the cartoons at the moment.
Yeah, because at some point they make live-action films.
Yeah, so in between they started making the live-action movies, but to continue the cartoons, got Transformers animated.
Okay.
Yes.
This one we got signed by a few people, including Derek J. Wyatt.
I feel lucky to have gotten his autograph.
Why has he died?
Yes.
Okay.
We also got Marty Eisenberg.
Oh.
David Kay.
Yes.
And Steve Miller.
Yeah, Eric Siebenaler.
Yeah. Who was a character designer.
Okay. And when did this come out?
2008.
Oh.
Yeah, 2008. This ran for 3 seasons.
Yes.
Did not get the 4th season that we all want. But it had a really good run. It sort of hard rebooted the franchise, but it also introduced its own spins on different Transformers concepts, and it felt like a love letter to the franchise as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely recommend this.
Yes.
Do you want to say anything else?
Is it purchasable if somebody
Yes.
wanted to? Okay.
Yeah, this one you can actually get. I also think Derek Wyatt's art style also helps it stand out from every other Transformers cartoon,
Okay.
in like the best way.
Yes.
Yeah, this was really good, and we consider it one of the best Transformers shows, especially from a narrative standpoint.
Yes. And after that was the what is referred to as the aligned continuity.
Yes, because there was a point where Hasbro attempted to make everything that wasn't the live-action movies fit together into one story. That didn't pan out as well as they thought it did, but we still got a number of associated things out of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Such as?
The Transformers Prime animated series.
Now, wasn't this supposed to be part of some Hasbro,
What?
blob of
It was on the
content?
Hub Network.
The Hub,
of this?
yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
The Hub Network.
Yes.
Blob Hub, But so it was on the Hub Network, which doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore.
No, well, that's called Discovery.
Family.
Yeah, it's called Discovery Family now.
It was Discovery Kids, then it became the Hub. Now it's Discovery Family.
And it's got reality shows probably on.
Okay, so we just have this, or the opening movie to kind of represent the whole thing.
Right.
Yes.
I remember we really liked Transformers Prime.
Yes.
You saw it.
Yes, I did.
It's even got Peter Cullen and Frank Welker.
Yes.
Yeah, these are kind of kids out in the middle of nowhere that suddenly get wrapped up in this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. One guy
In
rides a
Jasper,
motorcycle.
Nevada.
Jasper, Nevada.
Right, yeah, okay. The Hub of wherever it is.
This takes place in Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
In the future.
yes. Anyway, we remember we really liked Transformers Prime.
Yes.
And it's, again, with animated as one of the best Transformers shows from a narrative perspective.
Okay.
It's like it's like one of the darker Transformers shows, but it's not like overly dark.
Right.
You're not since it was on network TV. You're not going to get like Invincible level content.
I recall that there was one Transformer that kind of fixed everybody, and there was a small group of Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually thought the small cast worked in its favor.
Yes.
It always, as someone that's sort of watched most of this from the outside looking in, it always seems like the Autobots are always outnumbered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's maybe by design.
Okay. They always seem to be like, they have 5 and the other, Megatron's got 1,000.
Transformers Animated also had a limited cast, actually kind of on both sides.
So you think it works better not having 35 characters all having speaking parts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It
with,
makes it easier to keep track of.
like with G1, every episode they had to introduce a new toy. So you had to
Sure.
you had to learn about the new toy too.
Sure.
I want this toy. I want this toy. And like
Sure.
in like the first 3 episodes of G1, which are like its own story arc, it like already introduces like a hojillion character. I'll mention one other thing before we move forward. That animated was also different, and it had human villains to break up the battles with the Decepticons, so the Decepticons were more of a threat.
Yes.
But humans have sort of, in the original 81, humans were around them too, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna say Transformers were more like 84.
What did I say?
but-
81? Okay.
yeah.
That's right.
Anyway,
Because it's 40 years ago, so it'd be 84. So.
yeah. So yeah, humans have been there since day one, but animated was the first one to have human villains
Okay.
as well as human allies. And this did the Prime did human allies really well. I believe they explicitly took influence from the Iron Giant.
Yes.
So I think that helped.
Right. Okay.
Yes. The next cartoon in the line continuity was the 2015 Robots in Disguise.
Right.
This show is why you have to add the year when searching either one.
Okay.
It was okay. Yeah, it was alright.
But it made Bumblebee the star, right?
Yes. I guess you could say this was sort of... would you say there was a Bumblebee-ification of the franchise at some point?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't he the most popular character? Or something?
Because
Yeah.
of the movie.
Yeah. But anyway, this was all right. Bumblebee was fine as a leader.
Yeah.
In fact, it's kind of more about him learning how to be the best leader. But it was right. The CG animation was fine, more on the robots.
Yeah.
And it had some interesting characters.
Right.
But otherwise, the writing in general was.
As I recall, in the original series, Bumblebee is really small compared to the other ones, and this one he's finally the same size, still smaller than.
That's because in the original he was more of a VW Beetle, and then after the live action movies, they made him more of a. I forget the make of the car.
It's a Camaro.
Yeah, they made him more of a Camaro. In the original cartoon, he also in a lot of continuities, Bumblebee is also smaller because he has the role of a scout.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
One thing I will say about this,
The 2015 show.
the 2015 series, I actually liked the designs of the Decepticons enough to get some of the toys, because I liked how they took influence from
animals.
Okay.
Yeah, with the bot modes. Yes. You'll know who Steeljaw is. Yes. Oh, one thing. I also remember the toys had this thing where you could scan this symbol because they had different patterns, and they would have different effects.
That was for a mobile game.
Yeah.
Which
there was
is
a
no
reason.
longer available.
Yeah,
So
the
kids
reason
don't
there
look
is
for
a reason you'll find different patterns on the
Oh, okay.
logos.
Yes. The line continuity also had a few video games associated with it.
Of course. And wait, we have some with us.
Yes. A couple that I kept, a couple that I still have because I actually really like them.
Yes.
War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron.
Okay.
The sequel.
Yes.
Like so much.
This one's signed as well.
Yes. I like the game so much that I bought some of the original toys, and I am buying some of the new toys.
Okay.
Because they revisited that with Studio Series Gamer Edition.
Yes.
So, but that is not the end of the animated series.
Gosh, no.
Put away your checkbooks. We're not done.
The Align Continuity also has I don't have the DVDs anymore, but I have this toy.
Yes.
It's Rescue Bots.
Oh
It
yeah.
was a preschool show.
Right.
This
That's
is Chase from Rescue Bots.
Now, if I remember correctly, Rescue Bots actually did cross over with the 2015 show.
Yes.
Yes.
And it also crossed over with Prime.
This is where they are inhabitants of this really fancy place where everything's automated or whatever, and they have like one policeman, one fireman.
Yeah. To clarify, characters from Prime and RID 2015 crossed over into Rescue Bots at different points, but Rescue Bots did cross over into RID 2015 at one point.
Okay.
Yes. And Rescue Bots also had the follow-up Rescue Bots Academy,
Okay.
which of course we watched. And that was more like training new recruits
Right.
to take on certain roles.
So you think, wow, that must be the end of it, huh?
And then
No.
after that is the current one.
Which
Well,
no.
after that was, oh yeah, Cyberverse. Oh yeah, Cyberverse. Cyberverse was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Then it became Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures, which is more like Hot Rod Cyberverse Adventures for a bit.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember that.
It to me it was like
Is this the one where he sort of loses his memory or whatever?
in the first season, yes.
Right.
Yeah. Cyberverse, the animation was fine, but to me, the general storyline felt a little unfocused.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of. And then later, it felt more a little aimless.
All right.
Like the storyline of a season would change like halfway through the season.
Well, you know, change of writers or something.
I mean, like it felt like potentially multiple seasons worth of content put into one. Yeah, and it also ended with like two specials that were released online.
Oh, that's
Yeah, which we watched both of them.
Sure you did.
And the first one was a filler arc. Yeah. The first one was a filler arc, and then the second one was the actual finale.
Again, as a casual observer, it seems like a lot of times these Transformer shows sort of end abruptly.
Yes.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Partly because we got a new toy line.
Yeah. All right.
And the current show is Earthspark.
Yes.
which is about to get its second season.
And we don't have any representation of Earth.
Well, we do. I just didn't.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I
fine.
just realized I could have used the video game, but
But it's currently out and it's on what?
Paramount Plus.
All right.
Yeah.
And what do you think of Earthspark?
It's it's okay. They're introducing a lot of now they have Earthborn
Terrans. Yeah.
Terrans, yeah, and they're going very DEI.
Not saying that in a negative way.
No,
just-
but I mean it's very they have a non
it's more modern
yes
in its approach.
right.
Is the better way to put it. In general, it's it's kind of like other shows where I like some of the concepts, but otherwise it's all right.
Yeah.
Just looking at it purely from a narrative point of view.
So while
There's
what?
also I'm aware there's like a few other shows that are like released on Netflix and stuff, but I haven't watched any of those.
So I can't comment on them.
Right. So while they're doing all these cartoons, they're also still doing comic books, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So it started with Marvel. It was there for, I think, maybe it's like 20 years or something.
It was Marvel, and then it was
Dreamwave.
yes, and then IDW,
Yes.
and now it's with Skybound.
Yes.
Okay. And we know that John Barber worked on it at IDW.
Yes.
Last week's guest.
The Skybound version of Transformers actually started in Void Rivals.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
And that this is a preview of the first issue from Comic-Con,
Okay.
signed by Daniel Warren Johnson, I think.
Yeah.
And this is the actual first issue.
Okay.
Uh,
So this has been around for a few years,
uh,
at least one.
yeah, it's like a year old or something.
Yeah.
Despite my hesitations, as I described in Free Comic Book Day podcast, I've actually been leaning towards actually wanting to read it
Okay.
through the trades as they come out.
So
It saves money and space.
So they made a lot of cartoons. They did some comic books, and then they also started trying to do live action.
Yes.
Is that where we are now?
Yeah. They're also still regularly putting out live action movies. So
Yes.
we first have
The 2007 movie.
yes.
Now this introduces at least in the live action, the wikis. I know they were around before,
Yeah.
Yes.
but
This had Shia LaBeouf.
yes,
And
That's
this
kind
is,
of all you need to hear.
this is signed by Glenn Morshower.
Yes.
right.
Who plays General Marshall.
Yeah, I like how he plays a general with his last name.
Yeah. And I believe this introduced the concept of the Allspark.
Yes.
So it did actually contribute something to Transformers lore.
So-
So the Allspark became a thing in animated.
Yes.
Isn't the Allspark Energon, or is it something else?
The Allspark is a life-giving mechanism.
Okay.
Yes.
What's the cube thing?
The Allspark Cube.
Yeah. Okay.
That's from
Okay, but I mean, I know you held that in the prop department.
Yes.
that was the Allspark.
Yes.
And
The-
what's the difference between the Allspark and however else they were? Is the Allspark what started everything?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, they've been running on Energon this whole time, and this is different than that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is it? What I'm just trying to
It
explain things as someone's going. What is the Allspark?
Even though Energon is a Transformers fuel source, but their life force or their heart is the spark.
Okay.
I think in the Beast era, there was the concept of the Well of All Sparks, which is basically like the afterlife, if I recall.
Something like that.
And the All Spark is the idea is that the All Spark is what gives the Transformers life.
Okay.
That's the source of all Transformers life.
All right.
I remember this one actually being one of the better live action ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Shia LaBeouf wasn't too over the top in this one.
But wait, there's
more.
So naturally, they made sequel.
Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen. This is the big screen edition that also has the IMAX footage.
Yes, and it was affected by the writer's strike at the time.
Yes, so it was perhaps the worst one.
This is objectively, this movie is like crap.
Now, what happens in this one? I know Shia LaBeouf is still very much in it.
Yes.
But yeah, Peter Cullen voices Optimus Prime in the live action movie, so this at least has that going for it.
Yeah, this involves what does happen?
Sorry.
It involves the first one they're trying to maintain control of the Autobots are trying to maintain control of the Allspark.
Right.
Yes.
In the second one, the Fallen shows up.
Yes.
And I forgot what he was trying to do.
Okay.
He was trying to. If I want to say, it was like he was trying to get his revenge on the 13 Primes.
All right.
And it's like his base is like not his base, but like there's this weapon. It's like hidden in a pyramid in Egypt.
Of course, where else would you hide it?
I think this also reintroduces the matrix of leadership.
Yes, that sounds right. Matrix of Leadership was originally invented by the 86 movie.
Now, as more and more humans get involved, there's a lot of stunt casting going on.
Yes.
Big name people playing kind of silly characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the humans kind of bring the movies down a little bit.
Aside from the military.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, they're okay. But the whole Wiki family.
Yeah, the Wikis are a weak point.
Yeah.
The Revenge of the Fallen does, however, have one of the coolest transformation sequences.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, wow. They made 2 movies. And, what's this?
Despite how bad this movie is, I actually liked some of the robot designs.
Okay.
So much so that they celebrated the 10th anniversary in Studio Series.
Sure.
They made the cool version of Devastator.
Now, do you want to tell people, if someone's listening and they can't see this, who is Devastator made up of?
He's made of the Constructicons. I'll admit I don't remember all of the names of the Constructicons in the movie.
All right.
But this is made of
6 robots.
Or
is it 8?
This is made of 8 toys.
Okay.
It cost me 2 years and $260.
Okay.
But it was worth it.
All right. So.
It can actually stand up on its own.
Right.
Yes.
And as I recall, is that what we used when we had at home Comic Con?
Yeah.
What else? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
As Hasbro used to have this giant display, and they'd have a huge robot, and we would use that as if you get lost, come here.
Yeah.
So we had that for the at-home version.
To kind of speed this along.
Sure.
Within a Dark of the Moon,
Okay.
which ends Shia LaBeouf's involvement in the franchise.
It's better than this.
Yes.
This is where you get
Or better
Michael
than
Douglas
Revenge of
in
the
there
Fallen.
selling out the humans and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one was more memorable, more rewatchable, I would say also. It also has Leonard Nimoy again.
Yes.
And is somewhat based on the Transformers story, The Ultimate Doom
Yes.
from G1.
It also has a really cool video game.
Yes.
Now, is this the one where you've got one of them had like John Goodman with a robot with a mustache and stuff, and smoking a cigar? That was the one smoking a cigar.
That would be the following movie,
Okay.
which is Age of Extinction.
Okay.
Now, I know people like to say that the Transformers movies get progressively worse, which, however, we thought that Age of Extinction was actually decent.
This is Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wahlberg was an immediate improvement over Shia LaBeouf. And I will admit, when we were watching this again, under certain circumstances, I was like, after the first half, we were like, why do we like this movie? And then the second half, oh, that's why we like this movie, because of how everything comes together.
Okay.
And, yeah, this is actually, there are problems, yes, but I think this one is better than a lot of people will give it credit for.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
That also has Kelsey Grammer as a human villain.
Well,
yes.
he is a human.
And then we have The Last Night, which is what happens when you try to shove two movies into one.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not very good.
Is this
We
also,
went to this Optimus Primetime event for it,
right?
but it's just not very good.
Is this the one? Is Wahlberg in this too?
Yes.
Okay.
He's right there in the cover.
All right. I'm looking. I'm also thinking about it if you're just listening. Yes.
Who played there was Merlin at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't that Gandhi? Was that the guy? No.
What?
Okay. I mean, I think it's a different movie.
I think you're thinking of a different movie.
I probably am.
This guy. Someone else. Anyway,
All right.
He is actually funny.
yes. Anyway, yeah, not very good. And then we got
After that, they sort of rebooted it
yes,
Right.
with Bumblebee.
which
Right.
was actually good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the female lead in it.
Yes.
Who is better than the other female leads.
Yes, and because she had she was also the female lead in True Grit, so
Yeah.
and she's a better actress than the other ones were.
Female lead in this one, back of the box reminded me, is Charlie Watson.
Yes.
And then isn't John Cena in that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
They're not all perfect then.
I like this enough to get toys of the main robot cast.
So
Not all the ones at the first 5 minutes. That was like too much.
and now there's another Transformers movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rise of the Beast. Rise of the Beast was, I think that was all right. Yes.
Okay.
What did you think?
Oh, which one? This one or the?
Rise of the Beast.
Oh, Rise of the Beast. I
Which we do not own.
don't remember it.
That one had Mirage.
Okay.
It was a Pete Davidson robot.
Oh, okay.
I liked Mirage.
He was better than
Yes.
I was expecting. Again, it seems like stunt casting.
Yes.
And Rise of the Beast Mirage is the best character.
And why don't we have Rise of the Beast?
We just don't have it yet.
Okay.
We don't have it yet.
Yes.
Uh,
That yet being the key term. Okay. So,
and I know they're gonna.
good.
They're also going to come up with a new movie, Transformers 1, which is animated
Right.
and is once again its own continuity.
Of course.
And it's more of a prequel.
Yeah. Actually, I think the idea is supposed to be that Transformers 1 is prequel to this.
Right.
Okay.
Don't at me on that in case I'm wrong.
All right. So, anything else?
Live action movies. There's also Transformers: The Ride at Universal.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
I even have the evac toy based on the ride vehicle.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool ride.
Yes.
I think we rode it 3 times once in a row.
Yes.
Yes.
If you get there early enough.
Yeah.
This is also one of my personal favorite toys, but I think they should consider revisiting it in studio series.
Okay.
Yeah. Then anything else that you at least want to touch on?
So in 40 years, they haven't really done much with the franchise. Okay.
So with the even though I haven't watched watched these, there's Headmaster, Super Godmaster Force, and Victory.
Now, Headmasters, these are all kind of Japanese things, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
these 3 are the Japanese collection.
Okay.
Even though I haven't watched the anime, I have read the manga.
Okay.
It's interesting. In general, I find it interesting to see a Japanese take on Transformers.
Now, but am I correct that the Hasbro toy, is really from Japan?
Yes.
Yes, they took these Japanese toys and made it American. They have introduced those to America, and then after they introduced all of those, they started making their own.
Right. Okay. But I remember being at a panel at Comic-Con where Hasbro was talking about the next set of toys coming out that year, and they were waiting for the Japanese people to come up with the designs or something. As I recall, there was still a connection.
Yeah, because it's Hasbro and Takara.
Okay.
Yeah. Hasbro and Takara Tomy.
Yeah, so Takara Tomy sometimes does the thing
Okay.
first.
All right.
But sometimes Hasbro does the thing.
Okay.
They have some of the toy designers are Japanese.
All right.
I would touch on like collectors club and conventions and stuff, but it's already kind of long.
Okay.
One thing I did want to bring up was the Transformers does have like a lot of spin-off material.
Right.
And one that I actually liked was there was a card game,
Right.
which is unfortunately dead now, but I actually really liked it.
Okay.
It's dead due to COVID.
Just as it was starting to get traction. It's like is what the cards looked like.
Uh-huh.
The TCG.
Yeah, the Transformers TCG.
All right.
Realize I also have a Japanese Duel Masters card that's based on one of the cards from this game. I just didn't think to
Pull it over this.
We know you have it.
There was also they had like multiple like even though it didn't only lasted like a couple of years, still had like pre-built decks and like a handful of booster packs.
Right.
And it does eventually get into like combiners.
Okay.
They're like 3-sided cards. So there was a pre-built combiner deck was the Constructicons,
Okay.
and on the reverse side of these, you combine them into Devastator.
Okay. And the cards were different sizes too. Right?
Yes, they also had really big cards. They did have standard size cards.
Okay.
Like
yeah, I remember that, but I remember the big one. And then they were like they got bigger and bigger. There were no.
Like this is a. They also had like this is from 30th anniversary. 35th anniversary version of the Blaster vs. Soundwave decks. This is a regular a small character. Yes, we have these big characters. Yes, this is all of them. Yes.
Now I know we're not showing some popcorn buckets, Transformers. And what are those for? The popcorn buckets, they made them for a movie, right?
Yeah, they were made for Rise of the Beasts.
Okay.
Towards the end, TCG, towards the end of its life, they also had headmasters. Yes, so you need to have a card there, another card that's the head.
Okay. Oh.
And random. This is what a had a deck of. There's a deck of. You had to play with a deck of battle cards, and this is what
a battle card looked like.
Yeah, random example.
Okay. Was it sort of like other card games?
Kind of. You had a team of Transformers as long as it fulfilled certain requirements, and then you have to whittle away at your opponent's team's health, and then you win. Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about? But wait, there's more.
So, on the subject of the popcorn buckets, it's like they're cool. It's like one of them is like Optimus Prime's head, and it opens up and it can like light up. In other words, Optimus Prime as a truck, and like the trailer is where you put the popcorn, and the cab is where you put like a drink. It has 2 straws that act like smokestacks.
Yeah, and when we bought it, we didn't get the smokestacks, and we went back and they gave them to us.
Yeah. Yes.
Right before they got rid of all of it.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I don't plan on actually using them. I just think they're neat.
They're cool. All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
This been going on this for like an hour, so
yeah.
Should probably be it.
All right. Now, I just wanted to mention, because you mentioned it, this is also the 40th anniversary of
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right. So that's why I wore the shirt. So
yes.
You didn't think I was off. Like, why is he wearing the shirt for different things? That's because we're just having a little throw. Was that also started at the same time as Transformers?
It started the same month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy 40th to TMNT.
Really quickly, so a few IDW comics that I actually really like.
Okay.
Are Hearts of Steel, which is basically What If Transformers but Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
Transformers Ghostbusters.
Of course.
Which was made for a collaboration figure. And it feels like Ghostbusters. It actually feels like a Ghostbusters story.
Okay.
And Transformers Back to the Future that was made for another collaboration figure and actually feels like a Back to the Future story.
So they haven't met the Archies yet?
No.
All right. All right. Anything else?
Should probably be it.
Okay.
All right.
So, if you're watching this on YouTube later and you like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment below of what your favorite version of Transformers is.
All right. And next week we will conclude our month-long salute to Transformers with an interview with Marty Eisenberg,
Yes.
who wrote on some of the television.
Yes. Who wrote on Beast Machines,
Yes.
Animated, and Prime.
Okay.
Yes.
So until next time, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
and you've been on the air with Power Squared.